Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, a vast sea of stars serves as the backdrop for the main title, followed by a roll-up which crawls into infinity. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. The taxation of trade routes to outlying star systems is in dispute. Hoping to resolve the matter with a blockade of deadly battleships, the greedy Trade Federation has stopped all shipping to the main planet of Naboo. While the Congress of the Republic endlessly debates this alarming chain of events, the Supreme Chancellor has secretly dispatched 2 Jedi Knights, the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy, to settle the conflict. Pan down to reveal a small space cruiser heading toward the camera at great speed. Pan with the cruiser as it heads toward the beautiful green planet of Naboo, which is surrounded by hundreds of Trade Federation battleships. In the cockpit of the cruise, the captain and pilot maneuver closer to one of the battleships. Qui-Gon off-screen voice, "Captain." The captain turns to see an unseen figure sitting behind her. "Captain." "Yes, sir." Qui-Gon, voiceover, "Tell them we wish to board at once." Captain, "Yes, sir." The captain looks to her view screen where Newt Gunray, a Neimoidian Trade Viceroy, waits for a reply. Captain continued, "With all due respect for the Trade Federation, the ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor wish to board immediately." Yes, of course. As you know, our blockade is perfectly legal, and we'd be happy to receive the ambassador. Happy to. Scrolling. The screen goes black. Out the cockpit window, the sinister battleship looms ever closer. Exit Federation battleship docking bay Space FX. The small space cruiser docks in the enormous main bay of the Federation battleship. A protocol droid, TC-14, waits at the door to the docking bay. 2 worker droids, PK-4 and EG-9, watch. PK-4. They must be important if the Viceroy sent one of those useless protocol gearheads to greet them. The door opens, and the Republic cruiser can be seen in the docking bay. 2 darkly robed figures are greeted by TC-14. TC-14. "I'm TC-14, at your service. This way, please." They move off down the hallway. EG-9. "A Republic cruiser? That's trouble, don't you think?" PR-4. "I'm not made to think." The door slides open, and the 2 cloaked shapes are led past camera into former conference room by TC-14. TC-14. "I hope you honored sirs with the most comfortable here. My master will be with you shortly." The droid bows before Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn. He backs out the door, and it closes. The Jedi lower their hoods and look out a large window at the lush green planet of Naboo. Qui-Gon, 60 years old, has long white hair in a ponytail. He is tall and striking with blue eyes. Obi-Wan is 25, with very short brown hair, pale skin, and blue eyes. Several exotic, bird-like creatures sing in a cage near the door. Obi-Wan, I have a bad feeling about this. Qui-Gon, I don't sense anything. Obi-Wan, it's not about the mission, Master. It's something elsewhere. Elusive. Qui-Gon, don't center on your anxiety, Obi-Wan. Keep your concentration here and now where it belongs. Obi-Wan, Master Yoda says I should be mindful of the future. Qui-Gon, but not at the expense of the moment. Be mindful of the living force, my young Padawan. Obi-Wan, yes, Master. How do you think the trade viceroy will deal with the Chancellor's demands? Qui-Gon, these Federation types are cowards. The negotiations will be short. Scrolling. Newt Gunray and Ray Dauphine, I don't know, stand stunned before TC-14. Newt, shaken. What? What did you say? TC-14. The ambassadors are Jedi Knights, I believe. Dauphine, I don't know. I knew it. They were sent to force a settlement. Blimey, we're done for. A hologram of Newt, surrounded by battle droids, appears in the conference room hallway. Newt, they must be dead by now. Blast what's left of them. The hologram fades off as a battle droid, one, cautiously opens the door. A deadly green cloud billows from the room. Battle droids cock their weapons as a figure stumbles out of the smoke. It is TC-14, carrying the tray of drinks. TC-14. Oh, excuse me. So sorry. The protocol droid passes the armed camp just as two flashing laser swords fly out of the deadly fog, cutting down several battle droids before they can fire. The bridge is a cacophony of alarms. Newton Rune watch one on the view screen. One. Not sure exactly what. One is suddenly cut in half mid-sentence. Rune gives Newt a worried look. Newt, what in blazes is going on down there? Rune, have you ever encountered a Jedi Knight before, sir? Newt, well, not exactly, but I don't panic. Seal off the bridge. Rune, that won't be enough, sir. The doors to the bridge slam shut. Newt, I want destroyer droids up here at once. Rune, we will not survive this. Scrolling. Qui-Gon cuts several battle droids in half, creating a shower of sparks and metal parts. Obi-Wan raises his hand, sending several battle droids crashing into the wall. Qui-Gon makes his way to the bridge door and begins to cut through it. The crew is very nervous as sparks start flying around the bridge door. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are on the view screen. Newt, close the blast doors. The huge, very thick blast door slams shut, followed by a second door, then a third. There is a hissing sound as the huge door seals shut. Qui-Gon taps the door with his sword. The screen goes black as a red spot appears in the center of the blast door. Rune. They're still coming through. On the door, chunks of molten metal begin to drop away. Newt. Impossible. This is impossible. Rune. Where are those destroyer droids? 10 ugly destroyer wheel droids roll down the hallway at full speed. Just before they get to the bridge area, they stop and transform into their battle configuration. Qui-Gon can't see them, but senses their presence. Qui-Gon. Destroyer droids. Obi-Wan. Offhand, I'd say this mission is past the negotiation stage. The real droids, led by P-59, rush the entry area from 3 hallways, blasting away with their laser guns. They stop firing and stand in a semicircle as the smoke clears. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are nowhere to be seen. P-59 switch to bio. There they are. The Jedi materialize at the far end of the hallway and dash through the doorway that slams shut. The wheel droids blast away at the 2 Jedi with their laser swords. Obi-Wan. They have shield generators. It's a standoff. Let's go. Scrolling. Newt and Rune stand on the bridge, watching a view screen as the wheel droid's POV speeds to the doorway. Rune. We have them on the run, sir. They're no match for the destroyer's droids. Tay How. Sir, they've gone up the ventilation shaft. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan appear at a large vent in a giant hangar bay. They are careful not to be seen. Thousands of battle droids are loading onto landing craft. Battle droids. Obi-Wan. It's an invisible army. Qui-Gon. It's an odd play for the Trade Federation. We've got to warn Naboo and contact Chancellor Valorum. Let's split up, stow aboard separate ships, and meet down on the planet. Obi-Wan, you're right about one thing, Master. The negotiations were short. Tay How receives a transmission. Tay How. Sir, a transmission from planet. Rune. It's Queen Amidala herself. Newt. At last we're getting results. On the view screen, Queen Amidala appears in her throne room, wearing her elaborate headdress and robes. She sits, surrounded by the governing council and 4 handmaidens, Erte, Yane, Rabe, and Shache. I don't know. Sorry. Newt. Again, you come before me, your highness. The Federation is pleased. Amidala, you would not be pleased when you hear what I have to say, Viceroy. Your trade boycott of our planet has ended. Newt smirks at Rune. Newt, I was not aware of such a failure. Amidala, I have word that the Senate is finally voting on this bank blockade of yours. Newt, I take it you know the outcome. I wonder why they bothered to vote. Amidala, enough of this pretense, Viceroy. Aware the Chancellor's ambassadors are with you now, and that you have been commanded to reach a settlement. Newt, I know nothing about any ambassadors. You must be mistaken. Amidala, surprised at his reaction, studies him carefully. Amidala, beware, Viceroy. The Federation is going too far this time. Newt, Your Highness, we would never do anything without the approval of the Senate. You assume too much. Amidala, we will see. The Queen fades off and the view screen goes black. Rune, she's right. The Senate will never. Newt, it's too late now. Rune, do you think she suspects an attack? Newt, I don't know. but we must move quickly to disrupt all the communications down there. Scrolling. The Queen, Irte Sachet, and her governor, C.O. Bibble, stand before a hologram of Senator Palpatine, a thin, kindly man. Palpatine, how could that be true? Have assurances from the Chancellor. His ambassadors did arrive. It must be the negotiate. The hologram of Palpatine sputters and fades away. Amidala? Senator Palpatine turns to Panica. What's happening? Captain Panica turns to his sergeant. Captain Panica, check the transmission generators. Bibble, malfunction? Captain Panica, it could be the Federation jamming us, Your Highness. Bibble, a communications disruption can only mean one thing: invasion. Amidala, don't jump to conclusions, Governor. The Federation would not dare go that far. Captain Panica, the Senate will revoke their trade franchise, and they be finished. Amidala, we must continue to rely on negotiation. Bibble, negotiation? We've lost all communications, and we're Atri? I don't know. The Chancellor's and we're Arden Chancellor's ambassadors. How can we negotiate? We must prepare to defend ourselves. Captain Panica, this is a dangerous situation, Your Highness. Our security volunteers will be no match against a battle-hardened Federation army. Amidala, I will not condone a course of action that will lead us to war. 6 landing craft fly in formation towards the surface of the planet Naboo. 3 landing craft slowly descend through the cloud cover of the perpetually gray twilight side of the planet. One by one, the Federation warships land in the eerie swamp. Obi-Wan's head emerges from the mud of a shallow lake, for in the background, the activities of the invasion force can be seen in the mist. Obi-Wan takes several deep breaths, then disappears again under the muddy swamp. Troop transports emerge from their landing crafts. That will conclude today's recording. We will see you next Friday. Maybe, I don't. Okay, bye.